In one of the biggest social experiments ever done in Project Zomboid, I gathered 100 players and put them straight into the zombie apocalypse, and gave them only one goal: to rebuild civilization. Now, each player only had one life, so having a heated disagreement, getting swarmed by zombies, or even just drinking from the wrong container can lead to their permanent death. And with no rules or guidelines, how will these players reform society? Will they establish governments, build functioning towns, and work together? Or will they ignore the task entirely and decide that war is the only option? The fate of humanity is in their hands. And without further ado, I present to you 100 players rebuild civilization in Project Zomboid. On day 1, all 100 players spawned into their designated spawn towns, which were split evenly, meaning 25 players per town. And some of the players were taking their time leaving their spawn houses, being careful because, well, they were in the apocalypse after all. But others had no time to waste and started to try and find other survivors and their preferred locations to settle at. And it didn't take too long until some of the biggest groups managed to gather together.
Yes, gentlemen, everyone. Hello, hello.
Now, this wasn't just any group. This was the largest group on the server, and they were named the Kingdom. But every kingdom needs a king, and he was named Brother. The same Brother who I duoed with in my 50 hours video. Now, as the leader of the largest group, Brother had a lot of power, and he wasn't planning on wasting it. He was going to use it to take control of the largest city in Project Zomboid, Louisville. To do so, he was going to control the main entry points, or both bridges leading into the city.
Alright, load it up. Everybody grab the planks. Let's go. Alright, boys, we're leaving to the bridge. Hurry up.
Now, while the prospect of controlling Louisville is great and all, it doesn't really seal off too many gun spawns because they were spread out all over the map. Well, Brother had planned for that. Before the event, he coordinated with players spawning in each town to rush the spawn town gun spots, and then any neighboring gun spawns, taking control of the majority of the guns right at the start without many people knowing. This was a pretty genius plan. But when Brother got to the bridge, it seemed that controlling the gun spawns wasn't his only priority.
Alright, we got an axe yet?
Yeah, I got an axe. Was on.
Clear this fucking forest. We gotta clear the forest. This is where the Cult Clan is going to kill us. Cult Clan is going to come and kill all of us. They are going to come and kill everybody here.
Now, Brother had just mentioned a familiar name: the Cult Clan. The same group that Brother and I raided in my 50 hours video. And these guys weren't the type that you should mess with. Each with over 1,000 hours in Project Zomboid and countless PvP clips uploaded to YouTube, they were a force to be reckoned with. Because of this, before the event even began, Brother put a bounty on all of their heads, solidifying the Cult Clan's aggression towards the kingdom before they even had the chance to show any. But they would get the chance to soon enough, because when you send players all around the map to loot, some of them are bound to get into trouble.
Offense, Strudel, let's get out of here. Strudel, watch your back. I ain't got nothing to fight with. Got you. Damn, fucker got away.
Hardcore banana subcruise.
Strudel is hunting him.
What? No fucking way. Where, dude?
Dumpy said Strudel is at the hunting lodge.
Now, the hunting lodge is past the bridge and towards Louisville, meaning the most dangerous clan on the server already stuck past the kingdom and towards the city. But the kingdom wasn't the only group that the Cult Clan would mess with.
Got one of those outside? Steal one of my cars. It's fucking stole a car.
That's forget it.
We're not leaving yet. It was a red faction, Ari something.
The Cult Clan had just stolen 2 cars from a man named Rich Detritz, a fellow YouTuber and leader of a clan named Newfort, which was yet another large group on this server. Now, Newfort wasn't at their chosen base spot yet. Like the Cult Clan, they wanted a spot near Louisville, and they were on their way to it.
Right, so most likely United are going to be at the bridge, but we can get through. We're allowed through.
Now, Rick had just said that they had a rite of passage, but they weren't exactly trying to pass at the best time. The kingdom was actually in the middle of an impromptu funeral for the first death of the server, a kingdom member named Cregan.
Lord, please bless this poor noob. Bring him into heaven with you at the gates. He sucked at Zomboid. He lived about 2 hours in game time. Amen. Goodbye.
We come in peace.
Amen.
Come in peace.
What's up, guys? It's okay.
What's up?
They can come through.
Where do you guys come from?
Moldra.
We're from Newfoundland.
It's hell.
My dad
Moldra, all the way
Yeah,
from Moldra.
Moldra
Holy
is-
shit.
Wow.
After chatting for a bit, both groups traded some goods that they were willing to.
Any of you guys have a hammer?
Yeah.
Willing to trade? Yeah, I got a hammer.
Then Newfort went on their way to their desired build spot. Now the kingdom having this bridge unlock is great and all, but what about the other bridge that I showed before? Well, the kingdom had about 10 members stationed at this bridge, and I went in to figure out what this team was and what they were planning to do. So who's leading? What is this? Like, is this like a little sub team or something?
It's like a
we're a
little
toll
subpart group to the kingdom. We control Southbridge.
How does that feel? You're subpar to the main bridge team.
I don't feel I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't like the way you say that.
I mean, you said it that way. You said subpar group. Do you guys have any like specific plans for this bridge? Is just sealing it off?
We're gonna make a toll
charge
system.
people.
We're gonna make people
Charge
charge.
people.
Yeah, charge people to come across.
Now, they had just mentioned a toll system, charging people to cross either way, which is good for business, but also risky because if a toll transaction went bad, the kingdom might start losing members. And especially in a One Life event, keeping as many members alive as possible is definitely a huge priority. But anyways, soon enough, the kingdom would get their first opportunity to begin charging tolls. And it didn't go as smoothly as they probably wanted it to.
No, we don't. We live next to a river, dude. We're fine.
Probably, you guys,
Who's this? Who's this?
have.
Whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
wait, wait,
whoa,
wait,
whoa, whoa, what are you doing?
Whoa,
Step out of the truck,
slow
step
down.
out of the truck.
Slow down there. Yo.
Step out.
Step out of the truck right now.
Put your hands in the air.
Step out of the truck.
Hold on,
Put your hands in
everybody,
there.
calm
Whoa.
down, calm down.
Totally
What's your name?
fine.
What's your name, pal?
Oh no.
Hey,
Do you have any
Dark Man.
cigarettes,
Tight
Dark?
himself.
Do you have any cigarettes or food, my guy?
What do you have on you right now?
Yo, we need that
Alright,
garbage
well,
bag.
just drop really quickly. You're
Pass
gonna
the plastic
get out
bag.
of here. Everybody needs to calm down. Dumpy, calm down. Everybody, you're gonna get out of here alive. But just, what do you have on you, man?
I have much. I just spawned
got
in
hammers.
Mithra and I'm
Sledgehammer.
making my way to my
Oh,
team.
you have this.
I'm meeting.
Here, I think
Drop
we
the
can
sledge.
provide
How do you
complicated.
live?
We can provide passage for the sledgehammer, yeah?
What do you guys have?
Oh, wait,
I don't want any
antique
trouble.
oven. Wait, we're passing out on a good offer. Oh,
Alright, you
there's
can
a
keep that.
bunch of stuff in here.
No,
Yeah,
we're not
don't
gonna
take
rob
everything
from him,
kinda-
guys. Let's not rob him.
Yeah, yeah,
Stop,
let's
yo,
not. Can I
calm
take
down.
a
Stop.
comic?
Happy
Can
to
I
give
take a
you guys
comic
my
book?
sledgehammer, but I would be really
Just take
appreciative if
a
y'all
little bit of
would
stuff.
all
We're
my
not fucking savages.
Hey, we'll just take
We
a
don't-
couple boxes
guys,
of nails.
we don't
and
need
we'll
the
call it
antique
even, yeah?
oven.
Gentlemen, I
Guys.
took the box of nails. Let's let him pass.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright, man, we're not gonna rob
Some
you.
nails.
Pleasure doing business.
Just every time you pass this bridge, you have to give us something. So just be prepared every time you're in and out, man. Alright? Hey, man, happy surviving. Be safe.
Yeah, y'all have your fun.
This was the first example of what would be commonplace in the kingdom as the event went on. Mob mentality. You see, the kingdom had a ranking structure like this. King at the top, second in command below, then the rest of the kingdom members at the bottom. So if neither of these people were present or leading during an interaction, no one would have authority, and it result in chaos. But the members of the kingdom still did have good intentions, unlike the Cult Clan, who had just promised a random guy who had been bitten that they'd cure him. But the Cult Clan wasn't exactly planning on doing that.
Do they know about me, or did you?
Yeah, I told them.
Okay.
Yeah, chill.
I'm gonna get out. I will put my weapon away.
It's fine, boys. It's fine.
See,
where's
that infection at?
It's in my arm.
Okay, Frog, it's fine. Frog, can you equip this in both of your hands, please? Just for a second, please. Just do that.
Yeah, don't worry. I understand. Don't worry. Look, as long as I don't die, I'm fine. I don't care what I have to do. Just please don't shoot me.
No problem, just do as we say.
We won't shoot you. Come with me.
For now, just go on ahead in the kitchen. Get
Go,
yourself
go.
warmed up. Forward, forward, don't fucking look at me. I don't want to see your fucking face.
Okay. I'm
To
scared.
the kitchen, brother. To the kitchen.
I sure like that sledgehammer you got there, Xanax.
It's fine, Frog. Listen. Remember the part I said something about curing you?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a way to cure you, bro. We got a way.
I very much appreciate it. I feel like it's a waste on a guy like me, but if you do it, I appreciate it.
It's gonna help all of us. It's gonna help everybody.
I'm thinking of something, and I don't like what I'm thinking.
There's gonna be somebody who does it. I think it's gonna be me, right? It's an honor, brother. It's an honor.
God
See you on the other
damn.
side, huh?
Right now, come on, man.
See you on the other side, bro!
Motherfucker, I was gonna
Chop him up, boys. Chop him up.
dinner served.
Now is a good time to mention that the Cult Clan were also cannibals. The news of this kill and the Cult Clan's aggression spread around the server because this was the first murder of the event, and it definitely wouldn't be the Cult Clan's last. To avoid getting murdered, groups would need to start focusing on getting gear and building up their bases. But before I show you the groups who are managing to do that, have you ever wondered how to deal with a horde outside your base? Well, you can simply use a plane from this video's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. You can play with more than 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships in dynamic combined arms PvP battles against a community of over 70 million players. The collection of vehicles in War Thunder span over 100 years of development, from the 1920s to the present day, and every vehicle is incredibly detailed and modeled down to their individual components, offering a highly immersive combat experience. Paired with the incredible 4K graphics and authentic sound effects, you can immerse yourself in any period over the past 100 years. My favorite aspect about War Thunder is the damage x-ray feature, where you can see exactly where your bullets hit. Download War Thunder for free today on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox using my link in the description or pinned comment. If you do, there's a massive bonus pack for new and returning users on all platforms, including multiple premium vehicles, an exclusive vehicle decorator, and much, much more. And thank you, War Thunder, for sponsoring this video. Which is exactly what Newfort started to do, the same group that passed the bridge before. Now, even though there were a whole lot more groups that we haven't seen yet, out of all of them, Newfort had the best group cohesion.
Grab it all. We need everything. We need gunpowder for pipe bombs. We need everything. We're just all wearing military gear. Everyone's gonna be wearing military.
Newfort military. Fucking Glenn, dude. Look at him.
We're definitely
fucking businessman looking ass.
Mostly because the majority of the players had already played together, but there were still a few solos that joined because Rick invited them.
I see.
Taylor, who are you?
He's
guy.
Cool. You want to join us? When you fought?
Sure, I never joined a group.
Rebuilding civilization.
Which is also a good place to note Rick's leadership. Even in a One Life event, he was willing to invite strangers in and give them a home. But anyway, Newfort had made their way to their chosen base spot on the map, which was here, in the outskirts of Louisville. So to make this place safe, Rick began to lead his group to gather resources and secure the compound.
So what's the plan, Dan?
We're gonna go to the mall after we've cleared this. Hopefully find some axes and start building. For now, just clear.
Aye, aye.
How you getting on, Green Soul?
Doing good, doing good.
If you want, you can bring these planks out and start on the wall. I've brought some wood over.
Alright, sure thing.
But even a leader like Rick can't keep everyone in 100% agreement all the time.
I'm a fighter.
You ain't no fighter, you're shooting, you donkey.
Yeah, because I don't have a fucking weapon.
I don't think that makes you a fighter.
Anyways, Newfort wasn't the only group making progress. Under Brothers' leadership, the kingdom was actually getting a move on and making their bridge fortress a reality.
Yo, Hardcore, can you please cut down the forest nearer to the bridge? Aiden, can you go grab planks from over there? Come on, guys, let's get this bridge going. More planks, we need more planks.
But even with the strong leadership, with a large amount of members, accidents are bound to happen.
What happened?
He just died.
How?
I don't know.
No, dude.
All right, I'm holding a small funeral for Butterdog here. 3, 2, 1, here it comes.
On the ground.
He was so beautiful. God, I loved him. He was a good man. And it was probably like 2 in the morning where he was. Jesus Christ. Who's next?
After that, the kingdom continued to build up their fortress a little bit more carefully around campfires this time. And while groups continued to build, there were still some groups who were wandering around, including this group, who called themselves the Flesh Seekers. It's not too difficult to figure out what their name means and who they're allied with. But being self-proclaimed cannibals, the Flesh Seekers were aggressive, as shown by their actual first interaction with any other group.
Someone's been here. Oh shit. Hey, who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Stop the car, stop the car. Get in the car, get in the car,
Chase him.
This car is so fucking slow.
After trying to chase them, they failed to catch up. But it'd only be a matter of time until they become a real problem for the nearby groups and do something that everyone on the server would remember. Another group who was yet again trying their hand at aggression was the Cult Clan, speeding around and looking for potential victims. And it didn't take them too long until they ran into some.
Nice shit.
After killing 2 innocent kingdom members for seemingly no reason, it looked like no one was going to stop the Cult Clan's rampage against the kingdom. Brother just didn't look like he wanted to lose any more members to them, but they would soon become a problem for another group because the Cult Clan finally settled down in a spot in Louisville, which was dangerously close to Newfort. And with the Cult Clan looking around for more supplies because they already spent a good amount of their ammo, it'd only be so long until the 2 groups would inevitably meet face to face.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot.
Where everything is. Yeah, if you go straight, we should run into some woods. Oh, who's that? Strudel, he kills people.
Yeah, and there's more people outside there. Hey, yo, boys, how you doing?
Guys, everyone out. We got people.
North.
Let's dip.
They got guns and thing. Dip.
Let's go. They got people coming our way. Go.
Now that reaction from Rick was justified. Even though the Cult Clan wasn't coming out guns blazing, they did steal Newfort's car before and didn't have the best reputation already because of their own actions. But what Rick's reaction should not have elicited from the Cult Clan was this.
What's the plan? Kill those motherfuckers, dude.
We pretty much go there, guns blazing, I guess.
They could have second floor vantage points. That was a good second floor vantage point. I doubt they are. They're probably carpentering right now.
They only started right now.
The Cult Clan wanted to raid Newfort for an entirely justified reaction. While killing the kingdom members before was semi-justified because of the bounty placed on their heads, Newfort had nothing to do with that. They were just looking to stay safe and focus on the initial goal of rebuilding civilization, and the Cult Clan was going to make them pay for that.
Drop in, we get out, throw molly, shoot at them. If we get shot at, just let somebody know when we get out quickly, so we don't lose anyone.
Right, stick together. Don't go anywhere alone, because you'll get picked off.
But if we play everything out smart, it's gonna be fine.
Then we'll get to see them. Is that them? That's them in the black car. They have guns?
Yeah, they have guns.
Who shot first? Okay, yep, they're on. Kill on sight. Kill on sight. There's 4 of them.
Quick!
Fuck off and never come back.
Hey, they ran away. They're gone.
Okay, hey, you guys need to come. I need right now. I need somebody to come help me grab these guns.
Where?
Did we kill
Follow
any?
me.
I don't think so.
They're gonna flank and jump over.
I hear your car.
Most likely.
We really need to secure our building.
Yeah.
The Cult Clan's raid on Newfort was a failure, not resulting in any deaths on either side, but the Cult Clan wasn't exactly satisfied with that.
Jesus, hey, I need the key to this black car. Or we can just go there on foot. Like, I don't know.
This car is fucked.
We go there on foot, we die, bro. We gotta drive, like I said, we stay in our cars and we just slap them while they come running out. They're gonna chase us. We want them to chase us out of their little bullshit compound, and then that's when we fucking 5v1 them, and then we keep driving. We drive circles around them, I promise you, one by one, they're gonna come running for their friends to run out. They're gonna run out one by one, and they're gonna get slapped. But that's a gamble. It's a gamble, but it's something we can try.
Like
I'd rather that than run in. I'd much rather that than run in the second time and definitely lose one of you on day one.
Honestly, we tip our toes just a bit, and then we get the fuck out if it's too smoky.
Yeah,
let's go dip our toes. Let's go see what's going on. Let's drive counterclockwise here.
I see one of them by the base. Sanri.
Is anyone in the car?
Not I, but...
I just heard an engine, and they're all the way over there, so it's not them.
No, they're ready. Get out. Just like, go away, they're ready.
I pulled up, there was like 3 of them talking at once, so they're a lot, and they're talking about like, he was like, don't deconstruct this and that, they're just building all with their tools out, none of them wearing armor, just easy slaps. We ran in there, all 5 of us shoot them and we dip back. So let's go park 2 blocks east of that wall, and we'll go back on foot, and we'll sprint our way out.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on.
Someone on the other side of this fence. Someone on the other side of the fence just walked away. Oh.
Dip. Dip, please.
Watch out, watch out.
I'm so stupid. I'm dead. Goodbye.
He's dead.
I didn't fucking realize it was one of them.
We lose someone?
Yep, Stan, you dead. Wait, we lost somebody? Yep. Shit.
Shit, yeah.
Oh, we lost Sandy. Shit.
Sandy's dead, yeah. I
Not
killed
good.
Redgrave for it, though. I killed Redgrave, so
Good
we
shit.
avenged it.
Good.
The second raid on Newfort was deadly, killing a member of both the Cult Clan and Newfort. Upset by this, Rick chased them down solo, trying to hopefully kill them, but they were gone too fast.
Right, we need to leave.
Automatic.
We're abandoning
We
this
mean
place. We
leave.
can't defend.
We've already put so much work into it. Where would we go?
Not worth losing anymore. You want to just spend the entire event sitting in the base, getting attacked. I don't. I want to go out and I want to go just fucking kill any cult person I see. Get in a fucking car. We're leaving.
Bro, you got anything to say, Rick?
The only thing I have to say is that we're wasting time. Hurry up.
Shut up, dude. We're trying to barrier. What's wrong with you?
Do it faster.
Yeah, we can send him off with
We
a
don't
buddy.
have time.
Dougal.
That's all I have to say.
God always takes the best first. Amen.
The death of Sandy was depressing for Newfort. They lost someone because of another group's actions, and they were going to get revenge. But they wouldn't be the only group to senselessly lose members. After everyone was told they'd have the opportunity next session to possibly get zombie bite cures, this is what the kingdom did to their infected members.
Alright, I'm in terminal. Let's make this quick. Let's go.
Let's go this way.
I'm about to die.
Hurry up.
Alright, kill me.
Wait.
Without thinking, the kingdom chose death. With all these pointless deaths, day 1 was sad to watch. But it wasn't as bloody as day 2, which would be soon to come with day 1 coming to an end.
We gotta be smart, guys. We gotta be united. We are the strongest faction. We have the most powerful server. Even those cannibals can't stand up to us as long as we're united and together.
I'm dead. Goodbye.
He's dead.
Can't believe we lost someone already, man.
At least we took one of them.
We gotta take them all out, man.
Yeah, we gotta kill them all.
We will avenge Sammy.
Oh, we will.
Sammy.
Sit down.
Sorry, Sonny.
Day 2 had a pretty somber start for all the players, since the group members that they lost yesterday were gone forever. But something did happen on day 2 that would distract them for at least a little while. Overnight, 3 airdrops had dropped around the map with items that can change the entire course of the event for the group that got them. You see, there were 3 types of airdrops: weapons, tools, or medical supplies. And if a group got one without fighting anyone else, they could have an entire monopoly on the best guns. They could have all the tools in the world, which doesn't really help because the tools crate is kinda bad. Or they could get a crate full of the zombie virus cure, trade and demand such high prices that they become the richest group on the server. Only time will tell as the race began. You see, there were a whole lot of people gunning for these airdrops, including groups that we haven't seen yet. Airdrop 1 had a group called NOI searching for it, who lived in Rosewood. Airdrop 2 had the Flesh Seekers and the Kingdom gunning for it. And Airdrop 3 was definitely a race. The Kingdom, a group called LOS from West Point, and Newfort were all rushing for this third airdrop. Now, no one knew which one was which, so they didn't know what they were driving towards. But there were some people that implemented some strategies that could help themselves out in their search. Now, this is Rick's POV. As you can see, he has a zoom out mod that lets him see the absolute max render distance. Using the strategy, Rick scanned the entire forest section of the airdrops area, and eventually it led him to this. Somehow, Rick had pretty instantly found the airdrop. Now, Rick hadn't just found any airdrop. he found the weapons crate containing some of the best weapons in the game. This would be super useful to defend against any other Cult Clan raids. But he wasn't the only person there and didn't want any trouble, so he looted it as quick as he could and got out of there before any of the other groups got there. But there weren't only groups looking for the airdrops. There were some solos who had gotten bitten yesterday, like this guy named Doctor, who was also desperately searching through the forest to find the crate with the zombie virus cure, which each crate did have, but of course the medical crate had the most by far. But by looting the weapon crate with the one cure inside of it, Rick had taken this kingdom member's only chance of surviving away from him.
Should I get a dramatic death here, or should I log? I'm dead. We're not finding it.
We gotta
We're
find
not
it.
finding it. We're not finding it. I'm dead in like not
Okay,
even
so
an
we
hour.
traversed the
I'm gonna die. I don't want to be
Leave
a
the
zombie.
faction. Damn. No, I don't want to shoot Cheetos.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be a zombie, please.
Don't shoot him,
Leave the
don't shoot
faction.
him.
Fuck.
I did. Please. I love you guys. I love you.
Back up, Yankees. You're in front of us.
You can't play.
Rest in peace.
You won't be a zombie, Cheetos.
Now, as I said before, LOS or League of Stoners lived in West Point and had a pretty close bond with the kingdom, but they were looking for a cure because they also had infected members and needed to somehow get one. And after they found the looted crate, they were a bit suspicious of the kingdom possibly looting it for themselves.
No, dude, check this out. Like, there's just a crate sitting in the woods. I don't know if somebody else had already hit it maybe and looted just the cures. There's guns and ammo and shit in there too, but...
Yeah, but no cures.
Yeah, that's the... Fuck.
We also last saw the kingdom. It looked like they were ready to dip out. Okay.
Yeah, they said.
So I
that's
could
what
imagine
they
I could imagine they probably found it and just didn't say anything because you know what I mean. When we first saw them, a couple of you guys got out the car with like guns and stuff. I'm sure they probably just thought there would be a conflict if they told us they did find it.
Well, why would they leave the fucking
Guys.
weapons?
Let's go. Let's go to 2.
Talking about Airdrop 2, it was a whole lot less friendly. The Cannibal Clan, the Flesh Seekers who randomly shot at that police car yesterday were on the hunt for this crate. And so were 2 members of the kingdom, who were unknowingly outnumbered 2-5. But the Flesh Seekers was yet another group with a bitten member named Haru, so they wouldn't hesitate to steal the cure for themselves, letting them continue their search. Back at Airdrop 1, the Rosewood Clan NOI was still looking around for it. And for some reason, they were convinced that the airdrop was placed near this heart Brian marking in the dirt.
It's right here. Stumbling through the fucking...
I see it. Not the airdrop, but I see the markers. No!
No way they didn't put it here. What?
No fucking way. Why would you not put it here?
I'm gonna be honest, we didn't even see this when placing the airdrops. But after a while of searching in the forest, they finally had some luck.
I see it. I see it.
Where do you see it?
Right there, right in front of us. Oh shit. Watch for people. Watch for people. Oh my god, it's a shitty one, but I got the pills.
It's the fucking shitty one.
God damn it!
This is all fucking useless.
Man. There were 2 cures. We're gonna be rich. Don't worry.
Getting back to the unlooted crate, the kingdom and the Flesh Seekers were still searching. And with the Flesh Seekers being a bit too cautious and not venturing out into the woods, the 2 kingdom members had finally found the crate, which was the medical crate.
Found it.
Alright, we gotta grab all this shit and run back to the car.
And with word getting around that the last crate was found, the Flesh Seekers made a decision on what to do next.
Well, it looks like we're hunting them.
So what do we do? What's the plan? I'm trying to figure out, like, if they found it, we were on the road here, right? But they found it a while ago, but maybe they're in Moldra somewhere. So I'm saying, like, do we drive around and look for them? Because we need it.
Maybe we can catch people on the road too.
Alright, so we can go back to like Moldra, I guess, and we can like look around Moldra, but...
Alright. Let's look around.
Now, giving up on finding a cure like this was risky, because if they didn't find one or rob another group for one, their group member Haru would be as good as dead. But that was probably the best in the eyes of the other groups, because the less aggressive cannibal groups out there, the better. But anyways, after the 2 kingdom members came back with all 8 cures from the medical crate, Brother began to hand it out to all of his members. While it was too late to save some of them, the others had gotten pretty lucky, but Brother didn't hand them out to only his people. After the solo from before, Doctor saw that all the crates were found, he went to the kingdom to hopefully get a cure.
Alright, Doctor, how you feeling, my friend? A little queasy.
Doctor, what do you want?
Just so happens I recently became a little too friendly with a dead corpse.
Okay.
Brother then decided to give Doctor a cure in return for him joining the kingdom. Brother then did this for yet another solo, and his allies LOS. While charitable, this open door policy would prove to be dangerous for the kingdom, because it'd be taken advantage of soon enough. But anyways, with the cures taken care of, the kingdom finally began a funeral for all of their fallen.
We gather here today to bless the bodies of our fallen comrades. Agent Dumpy, man, he's like a insane 13-year-old soldier. Fucking everybody knows Butterdog. Butterdog. He was base mom extraordinaire. Nobody does the base like Butterdog, guys. All right, hip hip hurrah! Everybody get back to work. We got Cult Clan to kill.
But this wasn't the only funeral held on this day. The Cult Clan were also gathered to put their fallen to rest.
I think, why don't we put the body there and then pick up the campfire and then put it on top of his body.
Is this even Redgrave's body?
It is now.
Alright boys, let's get revenge for our boy Redgrave.
How many hours do we have in this car? I got 1,800 hours on PZ. Jake already told me he's got over 3,000. Xanax is over 2,000.
Try to lose something that's valuable.
Go, they hear us already.
Who? What? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Here, vehicle.
Their vehicle. They're scouting us.
Hey, Rick, I heard a car rev. I think it might have been one of our own. I think one's in the car.
Yep,
Oh, Shane, they're here. They're here.
Where are they?
End building, southeast. One's going inside, I see him.
You mean below me?
Might be dead. Bleeding. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Enemy down.
Good luck, boy. Good luck, guys.
Heal yourself.
I'm dead.
Quick.
No
Rick
way.
died.
Shit, Rick's down.
Rick just died. There's two more.
Two more?
East side. Where, yeah, where I'm facing.
Good.
Not good. We have multiple dead, and they're still alive.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
We got one, but unfortunately we lost three. We lost Rick.
Good luck, guys.
We lost.
The Chosen.
Yeah. Oh, we also lost Harkness. 4. Make that 4.
That's 4. Oh, fuck.
We should have left when Rick said so.
Let's pack up and hit the road.
Play your game, you're selfish.
On me! Shit.
We don't want to fight it. Just get the
Alright,
hell out of here.
let's go.
That is it for me, boys.
This final raid was a massacre, leaving only 3 members alive for Newfort and 1 for the Colt clan. The saddest thing about this is, if the group listened to what Rick said before, they'd most likely all be alive right now.
Alright, we need to leave. We're abandoning this place. We can't defend.
But in fairness to Newfort's members, they never deserved this in the first place, as the group just wanted to stay in one place and rebuild civilization. But now, most of their lives were forcefully taken away from them by the Colt clan. The remaining 3 members split up, one taking on a horde of zombies near the prison out of grief and later dying to them. And the other 2 went out to find another group to join, meaning Newfort was now officially eliminated from the event.
You want to join us? We're Newfort.
Sure, I never joined a group.
Rebuilding civilization.
Yeah, we gotta kill them all.
We will avenge Sammy.
Good luck, boy. Good luck, guys.
Heal yourself, heal yourself.
I'm dead.
Rick died.
Shit, Rick's down.
Rick just died. Rick just died.
Fuck, man.
Shit.
How the fuck did they manage to pick us all off, man?
The problem is no one was ready. Not that I'm blaming everyone, but no one was on guard when, you know, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
And here I was yesterday saying, hey, hopefully this is the last body we bury.
I mean, unfortunately, I guess you were right, because we didn't get to bury any more bodies.
Like,
we're all gone.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at, suppose if we look at it like that.
The 2 remaining members of Newfort then got in touch with Brother to join the kingdom.
He sent me a message. He said that he'll invite us.
What do you say? Okay, should we join?
We
Should
have
we
to
leave
leave
this
the faction
then?
though. Yeah. Just sent me an invite. How about you?
I just got it. I got it. We're part of the...
Now with both of them being official members of the kingdom, the duo headed to their new base and went to Brother to ask him for a favor.
Feel free to get all the corpses from your clan if you want. We'll put them with ours.
Yeah, we might do that while we're in there. Do you think it'd be too much to get a raid party together to go re-loot our base?
Like, how much stuff do you guys have?
We had a shit ton.
Like a car or
Yeah,
two,
Rick
maybe?
was telling me,
Full of
yeah.
people?
A car? Trust me, many cars. Yeah, because we need the gunpowder, because Strudel is a all aim.
All right, how about this? How about
Strudel
Beyond
there?
Brash, Banana Man?
He very well might be.
and Green Soul.
Talking about if Strudel might be at Newfort, he was actually there, looting around and trying to gather the bodies of his own fallen members. But that would take him a while to do alone, and the kingdom would get busy with their own problem that they had to focus on. The problem being the same group that was searching for a cure for their infected member, the Flesh Seekers. And they were getting pretty desperate and looking for places to find one.
Someone said between the bridge to West Point and Louisville, that's where the kingdom is.
I don't know if that's where Kingdom is, but someone else in the Discord was saying that they got like robbed by Brother's guys as like a toll to cross the bridge.
Now, the only group the Flesh Seekers knew the location of was the kingdom. And since this was the only location that they heard of, this was the only spot that they could try and steal a cure from.
Get your guns out, guys.
Oh.
How many people behind?
A bunch.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. There's too many. There's too many. Get in the car, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car, get the fuck out of here.
What's going on, guys? He said too many of us. He said there's too many of us. Take cover, guys. I don't know what
Don't
they're
stop,
doing.
don't stop.
Either leave or shut off the vehicle. These guys have shitty fucking vehicles.
Just get out of here. We don't want any.
Leave if you don't want to pay the toll.
I don't give a shit. Just get out of here.
Yeah, we're out. Yeah, so they do have the bridge.
You saw how many fucking people they had?
So yeah, that's Brother's group on the bridge.
Holy
No
shit.
sentries.
Nobody go outside. Get the sentries up. Stay inside. Lock down. We need people on the north and the south. Oh shit, yeah, tell the south bridge.
They might be trying to raid us for the cure.
With that encounter being a waste of time for the Flesh Seekers, they set their sights on Bridge 2, which was much less heavily guarded. Now, there was a pretty large group of players stationed there, but before the Flesh Seekers poked around at Bridge 1, the majority of them decided to go out and search for more supplies, leaving guarding Bridge 2 to 2 members, Narcisiak and a man named Dr. Yoroloku Yankee.
Where you guys headed?
Harvey, we'll be back to pick you up.
Where you guys heading?
First, we're dropping a guy off, then we're going to the mall.
Guys, guys, I
Turn the
feel
heater
like you
on.
should not leave because the cult apparently has been killing people. That's what the word's going around now.
We'll be fine.
Don't die on me
Trust me.
now.
That's why I'm trying to get back to my base, man.
Nah, I
Good
don't
luck.
care, bro.
Alright, good luck, have
Gotta
fun.
go. We're
We'll defend the base. Well, it looks like I'm defending the base. Don't want any cannibals nearby.
Bro, I never seen a cannibal in my life. I think they're just a myth.
Yeah, well, I've heard rumors that people are just being
like survivors of the cannibals, and they see their friends get devoured, and they chop them up with an axe.
Now, with all this talk about cannibals on the loose, you'd think Yankee would be ready for an attack. But after seeing Brother's warning in chat, he opted to ignore it, close the chat, and listen in on his team's radio. And that's when this happened.
Yeah, everybody, good luck, okay? Don't get bitten. Just run. If you can't handle it, run.
They're shooting. Fuck.
Oh, he's dead.
No, don't eat anything. She
No,
would
yeah,
have been the
we'll
only
die.
person.
Wait,
Oh shit!
Yankee just died.
Fuck. They're at the bridge.
Was Yankee one of ours?
Oh,
I told him. I told him.
We gotta send a squad. Go. One's still alive. He ran.
Go through the north. Go through the north side. We can cut him off. Let's go.
We can
North
cut
side.
him off. We can cut him off.
Squads. Everybody, north side. Go to the north side. We'll cut him off.
Get his shit and let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, yo, let's
Get
take
his
one of
shit
their,
right
let's
now. What
take
do-
one of
what
their
do you have?
cars.
There's definitely people gonna be coming, dude. We have to grab what we can right now. Check the cars. Check the cars. Take all the ammo and put it in our trunk. Let's get out of here.
Not sure where we're going exactly, but
Now, the Kingdom was about to try and cut off the Flesh Seekers from reaching Louisville. The only way this would work is if the Flesh Seekers would stop their cars, and somehow the Kingdom might have managed to make them do that.
Just stop. We'll ditch the car.
Did brothers think there's snipers at the north side?
That's They just drove off.
Did you hear me? I saw that. I also there was two people with guns.
oh, I didn't even see that shit.
Hell no.
I
Keep
saw
going, in case
them.
we get
They're
ambushed.
chasing us. They're in the forest with guns. Stop the car. Get in the forest. We're gonna chase after them. They're going back to the base.
I think we need to permanently
Stop.
That's
Stop.
to the truck.
I see him.
Nope.
Left side. Go.
Yeah.
They just shot at me. I'm dying. They shot at me.
Shit.
I have a large bullet.
Get us on the tree line.
We need backup. How far's backup? They're on the way. Backup's on the way. They're close. Look how close they are. Look how close they are on the map. Yo, we should probably try to sandwich them. Yeah.
Let's move up.
With the backup coming from above the Flesh Seekers, without even communicating with the other group, the Kingdom was about to perform a pincer move, trapping the Flesh Seekers between both groups, leaving them with no way out.
They had a car. They were shooting at me. I'm like dying right now. I have a large bullet.
On the floor,
I'm literally gonna die. I'm gonna die.
On the floor.
I'm dropping all the medical supplies I have.
I told y'all, bro. I told you there's fucking people. Just don't make a sound. Hold on. Let's just go back to the car. Come on. Let's go for the cars.
There.
You saw them. No. I saw two of them. They're looking for us right now.
Everybody good?
They can't hit me, man. I'm too fast.
I killed one.
Without taking any losses, the Kingdom wiped the entire 5-man Flesh Seeker group, except for one who ran away and later died in the forest. But with all these deaths and killings revolving around the cannibal clans, every group on the server would feel the ripples of their actions going forwards, including this group, who I found wandering around the spawn town in Muldraw yesterday. What's your guys' plan? You're out here as a duo, right? Is that your whole team? Do you have anybody else?
I just met him a second ago.
All right.
We're trying to ride out the night, and then we're gonna go back. We gotta find some cigarettes, and then we're gonna head over to West Point.
Now, after this interview finished on day 1, this duo went on their way to West Point. And on day 2, this same group was trying to cross the bridge to get into Louisville, but something about them made the Kingdom a bit suspicious.
Oh my God, it's blocked off.
Wait, who are you?
We're trying to get to Louisville. Can we go through this way?
This is this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. His name's Rice.
Shut off the vehicles.
Shut off the vehicles.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely.
What's your business here?
Trying to get to Louisville. Thought he was having a funeral. We're trying to get to it.
Which funeral?
Kingdom's funeral?
We just had one.
Are you Kingdom?
That's correct. We are the Kingdom.
Oh.
Who are you
We're
guys?
trying
What's
to
your
reach you
affiliation
then.
with the Kingdom?
Ryan is the one who knows all of them. I got picked up in Muldraw.
I see. I think I recognize Ryan.
but I don't recognize you.
Correct.
I ate my rice today. Very nice.
Hey, you can go ask Ryan.
Haven't heard anything from Ryan yet.
I know, because he just said be right back.
Oh, well. Shitty place to go, be right back.
Hey, you're telling me. He does it all the time.
Who's Ryan? Put him in the prison.
Now, Brother wanted Ryan to be put into prison. He didn't give a reason at the time, but he suspected that Ryan was a known cannibal. And without any proper evidence, this started to feel like the Salem witch trials back in the 17th century, where over 200 people were accused of witchcraft and 25 were killed with very questionable evidence. But instead of hunting for witches, here people were on the hunt for cannibals. And it didn't seem like Ryan was interested in defending himself against the accusations.
Ryan, you said these are the people we're trying to get to, right?
Sit on the ground, brother. You gotta right-click on the ground. So stop
Can
moving.
he explain? What clan are you? Give me
The
some
story
info.
is that Ryan knows us, and these guys are come to our funeral. And hey, sit back down. Sit back down.
Well, just tell me what you
Ryan,
want.
Ryan,
Who are
Ryan,
you? What
Ryan,
is the
Ryan.
deal?
They come over here. Ryan, if you get up one more time, I'm blasting.
Hey, look, hey, don't blast me. I haven't stood up.
Hey, man, I don't care. This guy's
Okay.
not following directives.
Ryan, if you do not stop moving, bro.
I'm serious, Ryan. You stand one more time up, I'm shooting. I
They're
ate
in
my
your
rice. Stand
bags.
up.
He said stand. I got you, boss.
Come towards me with your hands up.
Yes.
Hey,
How
Ryan!
do I do that?
Ryan, brother, you gotta stop doing that, my guy.
Oh, good luck.
Okay. Come towards me. Come towards me. One of you bring Rice inside.
Come on, Rice. Let's go.
Ryan, I'm
Come
gonna
on,
put
Rice. Let's
handcuffs
go
on you
inside.
now.
After Rice was taken inside, Ryan put his hands up, then seemingly glitched away because of the bugged out surrender animation, which is a glitch that we'll see at a much larger scale later on in the event. But after Ryan tried the run, the kingdom's second in command, Peregrine, decided that he had enough and killed him. With Ryan dead and I Ate My Rice in captivity, this situation seemed to be over. Until later, when Brother was going over the rest of the known cannibals according to the intel that he had gotten.
Oh wait, it's just Strudel, right? That's the last remaining member?
Yeah. Well, there's a few more probably, like minor members. So it's Strudel, Cheddar, and maybe Adam and Ryan. Oh wait, Ryan, 1, 2, 3. That was the Ryan that we fucking killed. Hey, wait a second. That means this guy over here is another psycho. Yo, wait a second. Wait a second. Hey.
What's up, brother?
Is Ryan 1, 2, 3?
What?
Ryan 1, 2, 3. He's one of the psychopaths.
I don't. I literally just learned about. What Brash? What are you talking about? What's this dude? The dude? Yeah, him.
Did he tell you that he was part of a cult clan?
No, he didn't tell me anything. He just said we're going to Louisville, and I was like, okay, cool.
All right, I got one more question. I got one more. This is the last question.
I got answers.
Rice, do you see what I just did?
To who? Oh, Ryan?
You're not seeing what I just did?
What'd you do?
What clan are you part of?
No clan?
I just invited you to the clan 3 times and you haven't accepted.
How do I check the clan?
You would have seen a fucking flag come up.
Oh. Well,
you're not getting a notification, huh? That means that you're in a clan.
How do I check? How do I
What do you mean how you check it? It shows up on your screen, unless you're in a clan already.
believe that you can't fucking tell the shit.
Hey, yo!
Yeah, he was lying, dude.
Yeah, no. I didn't. That story did
it's
not add
fine,
up.
but-
That story did not add up. Being invited 3 times and not accepting, no thanks.
He
we
would have
could have just
seen
kept
the
him as
invite.
prisoner, though.
He said
He
that
couldn't
happened
tell us
yesterday.
how he met Ryan exactly. It was a flimsy story in general too.
He said
and
it
then
happened
when we
yesterday,
checked his body, he had a ton of weapons and stuff on him as well. He didn't drop everything in good faith either.
Well, if he was in, Ryan's clan,
I love you,
he
buddy.
could
I'm
have forgot
sorry.
to
We
leave
had to
it.
do it.
I'll grab the body.
I'm sorry, Rice, man.
Put him in, like,
We'll
the
give you
middle
a funeral. I'm sorry, bro.
That sucks.
This would signify the beginning of the kingdom members finally noticing the morality of their actions. Maybe Rice was innocent. Maybe he was not. But now no one could be sure because he wasn't given the opportunity to defend himself as you would in normal society. But this was definitely not the end of the kingdom's hunt for more cannibals, as they would turn against one of their own, and he was a man named Cheddar.
Hands up, Cheddar.
Put your hands up, hands up, hands up.
Who is Cheddar? Is he affiliated with Strudel?
He was with the cult clan.
No.
You fucking bitch!
Information you get
Killed my boy!
He went on a loot run with you.
We'll have a trial! Trial by combat!
Whoa.
Let him live until
He
tomorrow.
killed every one of our group.
Tomorrow we'll have a trial, and then we'll let him fight to the death, and you can kill him.
Only time would tell if this was a fair arrest, and we'd actually be able to know if he's guilty or not this time because there was an actual trial. But before day 2 came to an end, there was one man who was seeking blood. As the last remaining member of the cult clan, Strudel had gathered all the bodies of his friends and was finally ready to put them to rest.
Something's going up.
North side car!
Strudel, that's Strudel!
Strudel, north side!
He's out of range, for me, I can't. He's retreating. No! No! He died!
He had 3 bullets in him.
We lost Crash.
What happened to him?
When Strudel came by and shot.
3 bullets in him.
I want to chase him so bad. He's still there. Dude, get up here. Get up here. Use the sniper.
I am.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm going back to grab the car.
Get in there, boys. Be safe.
You hear me? Can anyone hear me? I need medical attention. He's up the road.
He went down the road.
Shit.
He went further down the road.
Further,
Alright,
go.
Is that him?
That's him.
Shoot him.
I can't. He's out of range. He's low and he's by himself. Go. Go after him. Come on, right on his tail. That's a mess up once. Yes! Keep going. Almost a cover. Don't ram into him. I can't get any angle on him if you ram him. I'm hitting him. Get us back.
He's dead? You shot?
I'm shot bad. He's low. We got him on the ropes. I'm fine. I'm good. Let's go. We gotta get him while he's down. Just go. We gotta go now. We have to go now. Just bandage up. We're fine.
I know. I'm bandaging up.
Bandage where we drive. We got this.
Yes!
Let's go, boys! Woo!
We did it! We fucking got it! Oh my god! I had it! Oh my god! Let's go, man!
We have returned. We did it.
No, man, it was me and Banana, dude. Me and Banana.
So the first knighting I want to do is Beyond Brash, Sir Beyond Brash. You are now Sir Beyond Brash, Knight of the Realm, absolute legend. Blue Banana, Sir Blue Banana of the Knight of the Realm, co-killer of Bad Guy of the Blue Banana. Oh! Yeah!
Here you
the
Blue Banana!
Can I say something that Father Crash would have loved for his funeral?
Yeah, go ahead.
Psalm 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. And Matthew 5:4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted.
Amen.
My heart is sad and I am lonely. For the only one I love.
We'll make New Fort again.
What are we gonna name it?
New Fort.
Shall I see her on ever until we meet in heaven? Oh, bury me beneath the willows.
This is it's hitting pretty hard. Those chairs should be where they're sitting right now, but well, they're currently sitting inside those graves.
Right now, I think I'm at a loss for words. It doesn't feel right, you know?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
That was fucking awesome, bro.
After leaving the kingdom and reforming Newfort, One Green Soul and Goon committed themselves to fortifying their original compound. And now with all the cannibals seemingly dead, there was a bit of peace on the server for once. But there was one group who took this as an opportunity to join with the other groups and build up their ranks. And this group was named NOI. The same group that got airdrop 1 yesterday. Now NOI lived in the Rosewood Fire Station. While far from the kingdom, they aren't far from the other groups in the west that we haven't met yet. So NOI began their search for groups to join their faction. Starting with the group located here, which called themselves New Ekron.
Yeah, alright, so step 1 for today is we're gonna meet with Ekron. That's basically step 1 and see where that goes.
Now is a good time to mention that while the event was running, players were forced to stay in a stage in my event Discord, which you should join below if you like to play in events like these. But anyways, since everyone is in the stage, they had no easy way of direct verbal communication over long distances. While they can still use the whisper or faction chat or even the walkie-talkie, it can still put a delay on communications, which is probably the reason why New Ekron didn't tell NOI that they weren't at their base, and rather at some warehouses closer to Rosewood. And when NOI went to New Ekron's base to meet with them, there was a group there, but it wasn't New Ekron.
Damn.
Interesting. Oh, see. Oh.
Hello.
Kingdom. Hello.
Hands up! This is. What do you mean?
It's the kingdom.
It's us. It's the Empire. Okay. All right. Well, are you fucking serious right now?
This guy's chasing us.
What the fuck did we do? They don't seem very friendly.
Chasing us.
All right. What do you want?
Buddy, what?
After getting chased by members of the largest group on the server, NOI knew that they had to up their numbers. So they immediately went to the only other group that they knew of, a group in Riverside.
All right, guys.
It is the Empire. Hello, friends.
All right, this is very critical and time sensitive. We need to get you guys out of here right now. We need to consolidate our army. We just had a formal declaration of war from the kingdom. They just shot upon us. Yeah, we need to get everyone out right now. We need to be very careful because they immediately started shooting. They told us to get out with our hands up, yelling at us, and then started shooting at us when we were driving away. That's a formal declaration of war if I've seen one. All right. As of now, if you see the kingdom, it is no more negotiations. It's open fire.
With their numbers growing, NOI joined up in a huge convoy and headed back to meet with the members of New Ekron that they missed before. But when they were on their way to meet up with New Ekron, something wasn't right in NOI's base.
They're in our base right now. Hold on. There's 4 in our base.
How do you know they're in the base?
I just do.
Now, how did Zen know this info? He wasn't in the kingdom's faction and he wasn't stream sniping. Well, it turned out that the kingdom had a rat. Someone who was sending info to NOI's leader Zen directly. And since Zomboid broadcast the locations and faction members to everyone in the faction, NOI would have a huge leg up in any fight against the kingdom. But even with this information, the NOI members that were left at their base weren't exactly safe from the kingdom. That NOI member was just killed by Seabass, a member of the kingdom's military and probably the most aggressive kingdom member out there. From leading the charge on the Flash Seekers yesterday to fearlessly taking on a 2-on-1 today, he alone was a force to be reckoned with. But now with a death between the kingdom and NOI, this was looking like the start of a war, but one that was still avoidable if the kingdom could reel in their aggressive members. But after that death, NOI finally met up with the New Ekron group and started planning to take back New Ekron's base from the kingdom members currently in there, according to Zen's info.
We have a slight issue on our hands. The kingdom has went rogue basically and is now just killing everybody. So I say we consolidate. We take those motherfuckers down. Simple enough.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Everyone leave their group. I'll invite you over here. Y'all are your own state. Y'all have your own democracy, but right now, the Empire's needs are what are important, and we need to take down this kingdom.
As far as attacking the city, we shouldn't all funnel into the same entrance, so we should split up into 2 or 3 groups and decide who's gonna go where. All right, so let's circle around the town from where we are, do a circle around, have one squad hit it from the pond side, and then another one hit it from the north.
The north.
I think that's the north. All right.
That's
so we got
good.
6
and 5. 6 and 5.
Alright, that's fine. Let's go. Just so you guys know, we're absolutely fucked.
Yeah, this is
I have no confidence in this plan.
Jesus.
There's 4 people heavily armed, and one's not exactly in Doe Valley right now.
As the leader of the faction, I really don't know why Zen didn't take charge of the retake plans. But luckily enough for him, since the planning process took over 20 real-life minutes, there was no one in New Ekron by the time that they got there. So with the base back, NOI got on the radio to try their hand at some sort of diplomacy with the kingdom.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, brother.
Oh, we've got them on the radio. Come in.
It's nice to speak with you finally, officially. So, the Empire has a bit of a predicament concerning some of your members.
Yeah, I saw that you guys fought.
No, actually. During one of our convoys, meeting up with some of our other guys at another outpost, we happened to run into your guys in Doe Valley. And they all aimed their guns up, told us to get the frick out of the car, aim their guns, so we bolted the fuck out of there, and they started shooting at us and then chased us down for a few miles. I just want to know what that's about. I thought we had an alliance going.
No. It sounds like you guys didn't comply with the orders.
Didn't comply with the orders? We
had to get out of the car.
Had guns drawn on us. You don't draw guns on an alliance. That's not how this works.
Oh, we never had an alliance. I've never even met you guys. What are you talking about? This is our first time we've ever even talked.
Interesting. I guess I could see where your stance is in this world. That's a bit unfortunate, really.
Why?
Because you guys want to bring about peace and prosperity among your kingdom, but you kill every innocent you come across. You looted our base, killed one of our members.
Well, it sounds like you guys are all uniting to kill us, so I don't know what to tell you.
We're uniting to start the Empire and grow it however we need to do so.
Okay.
If that means that you guys aren't gonna... He left.
Well. I guess there's our answer.
He does not want an alliance. He said we have never spoke before. Guess that's what this means.
Burn him alive. It's war then.
With Brother hanging up the call, it was clear to both sides what direction this was heading towards. And while it's easy to say that this is Brother's fault for not negotiating, he has been through a lot. From managing the 35 initial players of this group, the relationship with their allies, the countless conflicts and issues that arise when micromanaging something at this scale, and on top of that, a bad cold that he had at the time, this role of king was a burden, one that he would just have to bear. And with the topic of war in the horizon, it wasn't clear what he was gunning for, but it was clear that the kingdom was definitely not in agreement. So Brother brought the whole kingdom together to discuss it.
All right, everybody, we're gonna have a war on our hands. I don't want to have a war. I wish that they did not want to fight us, but I don't really know what else to do about it. We can't really trust them because they're trying to double, triple cross us. So I don't really see any way around it. Seabass also killed one of their guys, so that didn't help. Also, Seabass is infected and didn't tell us. So he's out there on a suicide mission right now, I guess. And yeah, Seabass might have sealed our fate here. If anybody wants to object to war, feel free to speak. All right, what do you guys say, Anthony?
I don't think you guys understand. Today is a pivotal moment in our history. Our authority has been challenged, and despite seeking peace, they've chosen to fight us. We're a kingdom of action. We're gonna choose action.
Okay, Anthony is about action.
I say we fight and take the battle to their homeland, not ours.
All right, your position is understood. Take a step back. Who else wants to talk? We'll let another person speak here. Come up, Lay Blue Banana. Come and say something.
The kingdom, we've been through a lot, right? I mean, we were able to take down the cultists, but killing all these people, do we really want to kill all these innocent people? I think we should at least we should try a diplomatic approach. I mean, we've killed Strudel out of all people. We have to try for a peaceful matter.
All right, we got like Blue Banana is for peace.
They're not. Still pretty convinced.
Those days are behind us.
We should try it. I mean, we've killed Strudel.
Let's hear him talk.
Alright guys, we have, from the start, have been the most powerful people here. We have the fastest economy ever. You really think we're gonna let these downgrades try to take us over, no, we're going to fight.
No,
we're going to
bruh.
win.
That's cringe as fuck.
We're going to win this war, boys. No. Stand up and
Why don't we have a vote?
Let's do this first. Let's
I
have a
see.
vote on what
They
we do
can't get in
with
here.
Cheddar. This side for murder. This side for peace.
Look,
Okay,
we
okay,
don't
hold on.
let him leave. Proving
All right,
guilty.
quiet. Hold on. All right, what do you mean? Hold on. We look. We voted. We have an even vote. It's about even. Cheddar, what do you have to say for yourself?
Cheddar.
Cheddar.
He died.
I think he died from yummies, dude.
No way.
He got off.
Oh,
He got off.
He's gone.
No, he got
He
out.
broke out!
He escaped. He escaped.
Oh shit, he broke out. Get him!
Yo, look, go,
Oh
run
my
around.
God. I told you! We should have put him down as soon as we saw him.
Who let him out?
In protest of the kingdom's actions, Jacob had let the prisoner Cheddar from yesterday escape. And since there are probably people in the kingdom who would murder him for releasing a suspected cannibal, he let the kingdom's faction to not be tracked on the map. But with Cheddar's escape, the peace discussions were over. Both sides would have to take their stance into their own hands, starting with Seabass, the same member from the kingdom's military who killed someone from NOI before. And now, for some reason, he was on a solo mission looking for more bloodshed. But because of the rat in the kingdom, his approach might have not been as stealthy as he would have liked.
Yeah, I assume so.
He's here.
Yeah.
He's here. He's here.
What? What do you mean?
He's alone, Seabass. Seabass is alone. This way. He is down this road. Somewhere.
Maybe he's just a bait.
I see him, go.
Get a car, get a car, get a car.
This can be bait.
It's not. He's completely alone. Right here, right here, right here. Get him. This way, this way, this way.
He's on foot, he's on foot, he's on foot!
Get this motherfucker.
He's on foot, he ran this way. Be careful, he could be hiding in the trees.
He is near, guys. He is near.
The zombies are chasing something.
He's in the field. Oh wait, no, it's a zombie.
I think he got away. He's made a lot.
He has not gotten away. I have an informant. He is on foot. He's at the end of the trail in the building. End of the trail in the building.
This building's empty.
Oh my god, how the fuck did he get away? He's still running then. Motherfucker's taking us on a wild goose chase. He's right on Fish Door. Right on Fish Door on the map.
Let's go. We did it.
Yes! Fuck yes! We got him. We got him, boys.
Oh, Blixie fucking did it.
Let's fucking go, guys.
With Seabass gone, you think the kingdom would feel some sort of weight taken off their shoulders. But things had taken a turn for the worse. After the failed peace talks, one member named Repair Jim let the faction to reside alone in Louisville, and another decided to do this.
Repair Jim.
Yeah, he's like.
He's just up and over.
No, I just thought he was heading that way.
What was that?
That's all I said. I don't think we're
Brash.
Brash is dead. Okay. That was on the north side, so somebody's committing treason in the north.
No, himself.
Himself.
Where's his body?
It's up at the top here.
Man, dude, what did this guy do?
Well, he could have either been bitten or these antidepressants could have messed with his brain chemistry if they weren't prescribed to him specifically.
We're running out of people.
Indeed. Might need a funeral soon.
Beyond Brash, the same guy who was against the killing of I Ate My Rice yesterday had chosen to eliminate himself from the event.
Well, if he was in Ryan's
I love you, buddy. I'm sorry. We had to do it.
That sucks.
We'll never know the exact reasons why, but it was seemingly out of protest to the kingdom's aggression. And they weren't finished with their aggression, as the people who voted for murder yesterday were trying to meet up and ambush NOI out of retaliation for Seabass. But with the insider telling this to NOI, this was looking like an ambush on the kingdom instead.
They're split up, one person in each house. They're getting bored. They might be packing up when we get there. So I say we fucking move out right now and go get these motherfuckers.
All right.
Earthly head. Just pull up. Behind the fence, behind the fence. Inside, inside, inside. Behind this fence, behind this fence. Get him, he's right here. But what? Don't kill Rokus.
Zen was just talking about Rokus, a member of the kingdom and the informant who has been sending him screenshots and info. And after basically slaughtering that small squad of kingdom members, Zen had an offer for Rokus.
Hey Rokus, tell me this. Half of you guys want peace, half of you don't? Join the fucking Empire. Tell them to come here. If they're gonna stay with a warmongering kingdom, so be it. But they're all gonna die in the process. Tomorrow we storm the kingdom.
With Zen's intentions clear, the fate of the kingdom would be held in the hand of its peacekeepers. Which brings us back to Jacob, who was found by some kingdom members in Louisville after he escaped and was offered a spot back in the kingdom. And to end day 3, he told one of his trusted members his plans for tomorrow to maintain peace on the server.
Or wherever New Ekron is located, I'm gonna go chat with them for a bit and see if we can come back and save you guys, because this is not good. Brother has burned this down. In the beginning he was good, but he's become mad with power.
Yeah, he has. I know exactly what you're talking about. He doesn't even care for the death of
we haven't had a funeral for any
Brash.
of our people. We've had lackluster moment of silences, the bare minimum. And while we were plotting a man's death, while he was right beneath the floorboards that I built in the cage that I put him in, I couldn't stand to have it, so I let him go. And I just ran away because I wasn't ready to die. But now that I know I've been given all these chances, it's no coincidence. I have to take back the kingdom. Are you with me?
I'm with you every step, man.
Whoa. Hello.
Hello. We come in peace.
This is Mythos, Jazz,
and Jacob.
Hi guys.
Hey man.
Hi.
Alright.
So a meeting. We're gonna talk about.
One thing that is certain is the way Brother's running things is not right. He is very hard-headed. He's a very smart, powerful king, but very hard-headed. We have to change that.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Sadly, I don't think diplomatic route will work out, but I'm still happy to try it.
Jacob and his group were really trying their best to save the server from all-out war, but it was ultimately up to the people at the top as to how this would all end. And as for Zen, he wasn't fully convinced the kingdom wanted peace. So he did something that might ensure his victory if it ended in war.
I really hope they don't catch him. We need to do this fast. Just switch cars and dip. I really hope he brought magazines. I told him we needed magazines, so let's pray. Hello!
There he is.
Alright, you need to get the fuck out of here, man. We'll get the zombies. Just get the fuck out of here. Pick a car and go.
Lucas, that red truck is yours. That red truck is yours.
Does it look good, Snizzle?
Looks great.
Oh, Cure. Oh, I forgot. Here,
yeah,
Rokus.
Get the boy the cure. Get the boy the cure.
There you go. Take whatever you need. You're fucking,
right.
I don't know. You're amazing, Rokus.
Stay safe.
Good luck to you.
Buddy.
Now, what Rokus just gave to NOI might have shifted the tides of this possible war, even in the event of NOI being heavily outnumbered. That shipment being the entirety of the kingdom's ammo stores, solidifying the kingdom's loss of an all-out war before it would even begin. But it still wasn't certain if a war was going to begin, as after Jacob met with New Ekron earlier, he was still determined to see this end in peace, but convincing some kingdom members to betray his king would be harder than he initially thought.
Alright guys, whether you like it or not, there's gonna be a change in the kingdom. And if you're going on this trip with us, you're a part of the change.
What is the change?
Decide.
Peace.
Peace and new leadership. Reed, I know you're willing to die for Brother, and I was too in the beginning, but not for a stupid reason.
Bro. I can't just desert him like that.
I've deserted him
I was
3
this
times.
close to die.
You see, guys,
He does what he needs to do to keep us safe, bro.
listen, alright. Guys,
But
I hate to
we
say
need
it, guns out.
It needs to change.
Guns out.
It can't just keep going the way it is.
Are you with us or are you against us?
So what's your plan? What's your alternative?
No more executing, killing, kidnapping,
No more
all these
executing.
torturous ways.
Okay, listen. Everybody here, are you with us or are you against us? Everybody with us? Behind me. That's it. I'm done playing games.
We're going. We're leaving. Well, let's leave.
For peace?
I don't know, Reed, are we?
Peace. For peace.
Reed,
Sometimes.
are you with us or are you against us, man? We're trying to avoid dying stupid deaths, and this is what I'm talking about. This is a stupid death.
Well, we don't need to kill each other over this. This is just.
Yeah, why are you? Maybe
But how are we gonna stop? How are we so sure he's not gonna go back there and tell Brother what we just told him?
Hey, everyone put down the guns.
Hey, this
Everybody
isn't
put down the guns.
This is not what we want.
This is
This
what they
against
want
what
us
we
to
want.
do.
The
Put all the weapons
This
over
is
here.
exactly
It's
what
alright.
we're trying to avoid.
Reed, if we leave you here, can you swear to us you won't tell them what you just heard?
What do you want me to say, dude? Like, you're betraying your kingdom for the second
If I'm not
time.
mistaken,
For the sake
I
of
think Brother was-
civilization.
I will go with you, but you must promise me we won't kill brother.
That's exactly, we don't want that. That's exactly what we don't
the
want.
plan.
That's
No,
exactly
that's
the
the
plan.
plan.
We don't want.
Nobody
It
needs
has
to
to be
die.
peaceful.
Shoot. All right. Are we all agreed then? Everybody? Yes?
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
We're agreed.
Let's go.
All right.
After that pretty tense interaction, it seemed like most of the kingdom was in agreement to try to maintain peace, except for Brother, who opted to rather go off alone in Louisville with Narcisiac, mostly out of fear of other kingdom members murdering him. And some people started to notice it after the peace convoy began.
Where's Brother? The fuck is Brother? That's so weird. He's gone. Maybe he logged off? But he was just over there playing. Guys, I'm checking the GPS and the king is... He's not back at, he's not back there.
With Brother gone, the peace convoy continued all the way up to New Ekron's base, with the lives of the entire kingdom put into the hands of NOI. Before they get there though, I do have to mention that the surrender animation was very buggy, meaning people will teleport around like Ryan did before. But disregarding that, the peace convoy had finally made their way to New Ekron's base.
Hello?
Aren't gonna shoot. Hello.
Everyone stop here. Stop here, guys.
Don't go in.
Stop here. Stop.
Don't go in. Don't go in.
All right, guys. Hands up. Hands up.
Hello.
Hello.
Is anyone here?
It's us. It's us.
Hello.
Hands up. Hands up. It's us.
This is a zombie.
We brought our members.
It's just like an ambush.
Hello.
It's not an ambush.
No.
Reed,
I messed-
trust us.
I sent a pigeon.
Weapons down.
Reed, trust us. Stand next to me. It's fine. Empire.
They're approaching. Hello.
They should be. Okay.
It's us. It's
hello.
us.
Everyone,
Okay, come on.
come close to the door.
Come in.
Everyone's hands up.
Bring him into
Do
the
not pull
building.
out a weapon.
It's all right, guys. We're entering your home. We understand. We understand.
All right, everyone, get back here. All of the kingdom, get
Yeah.
back here. All right, listen up. What do you guys want?
We
Peace.
want
Came into our
peace. We
home.
want to know
What
what
do
we
you
can
want?
do for peace.
I need one person
Peace.
speaking from the kingdom.
Who's our representative?
I will be.
Peace. We want.
I'll be the representative.
Jacob can lead this because he's the one who gathered all these people to come.
Okay.
The issue is between the kingdom and the empire is every time we have encountered you guys, even during our peace treaty, you have murdered us. You've killed one of our own. You've scouted our base.
Wait.
You have fired upon both emperors and the legate.
Looted our
unprovoked.
base as well.
You see,
You've killed
Reed.
our escort party.
Reed, stop. This is what we're talking about. This is you've been brainwashed. The brother has sentenced everyone to shoot first, ask questions later. I'm telling you, you've been misled. We're trying to stop all of that. We're trying to bring peace so these guys don't have to live in their walls anymore. They can go wherever they want.
Can I
Trust
speak
us.
up?
If we wanted you dead, you'd be dead already.
Here's the problem. Can I just say something? I'm with you guys on the peace thing. I haven't always agreed with Brother's take on things. I wasn't here the other day either, so I wasn't able to try and organize anything else. And I don't, I can completely understand that you guys take offense to us taking the first blow against you. It was Seabass apparently that hit the first person, and then afterwards it was a whole war basically. But that's not what we really want.
After negotiating the kingdom's stance for peace for a little while longer, Zen then brought everyone together to announce what happens next.
Okay, listen up. This is very important. Now, I know some of you may not like this proposition, but it needs to be done. And this needs to be done for the future of our society and the future of the world, honestly. We need to put down our arms. Alright, we need to stop fighting each other. We're gonna run out of people to kill if we keep doing this senseless violence. This is basically everyone left. We've taken down the cult, we've taken down rogue factions that participate in anarchist tendencies, and I think we need to come together. We need to form a new group, the Rebuild Society together, and maybe escape this godforsaken place that we're currently in.
Yeah, what do you guys want the tag to be? I can come up with something.
Eden. I like Motion's idea of Eden. I think that's really good.
Eden
Motion.
Sounds quite nice. It forms the prior history with Brother kind of acting as a snake that tempted violence against all of the people before. It works towards rebuilding and letting us move forward properly.
Yeah, alright. The Eden Project it is.
So with everyone on the same page, the large majority decided to join this new Eden faction, signifying the new beginning of peace on the server. It's kinda unbelievable that both these factions came so close to war, but somehow by sheer determination by Jacob and his team of peacekeepers, they managed to avoid it. And while this isn't a grand ending with bullets flying and death all around, it is what the people who made the ultimate sacrifice would have wanted to happen if they were here alive to experience this. But with peace finally achieved, I think it's time to take a break and see how the rest of this event played out for each of the surviving groups on the server. Tired from the role of king, Brother went on to live with his duo in Louisville, singing songs and living out the rest of his life in a sort of solitude. One Green Soul and Goon, the two remaining members of Newfort, after reviving their faction, they built up the town, continuing the legacy of their group. And finally, the fully merged groups of Eden rebuilt Ekron, using it as a base of operations to clear the surrounding towns of zombies, and also slowly scouting Louisville in an attempt to eventually find Brother. And after all the fights, the raids, the highs, the lows, after 4 long days and over 50% of them dying, these players were finally able to complete the task of rebuilding civilization.
Want to join us? Rebuilding civilization.
As long as we're united and together.
This side for peace.
For the sake of civilization.
Thank you so much for watching. I spent the past 5 months of my life working on this video, so please subscribe if you enjoyed it. And the song you hear playing right now is actually Brother singing. I linked his Spotify below if you want to check him out. And don't forget to check out the link in the description and download War Thunder today. Play with more than 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships, and make sure to claim the massive bonus pack including multiple premium vehicles, in-game currency, and much, much more. And thank you again, War Thunder, for sponsoring this video.